I hook you up to you, then where are you hooked up to? I have no idea. So we're going to hook you up there instead. Then we're going to take you right to the corner. So I potentially have power all the way out here. You have heaps of coal. Okay, so this is a three-way split. So I need to go forward and right. Okay. Splitter. Nah, we're just gonna keep things straight and simple. Nope, that's a merger. We've got a splitter. Put that one in front of that one. That one in front of... Can I move this closer? Move it closer. Let's rip up everything. Do it again. Splitter. Right there. Right there. There. No! You suck. No, you're out of position. Splitter. Go away. Try to work here. Splitter. Right there. Now you can hook up. That's it. Just in there. There we go. There. 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 Nope. Try again. Split up. Sell it to me. I've really been enjoying your Factorio YouTube vids. I just don't get, maybe because I can't see the whole factory. I watch a bit of other people play it. Figure out's gonna get it. It would be checking your stream out. Okay. First person view seems like a pain in the ass. It is and it isn't. So the trick to Satisfactory is building with height, because it's much easier to see in the third dimension when you're up high. And why aren't you? What are you lining up with? Are you lining up? You are lining up that machine. Okay. One there. Let me get this done. Maybe I can't get this done. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Okay. You go there. Nope, that didn't work. Doesn't look like that one worked either. Okay. Okay, so Satisfactory. Satisfactory is, in all essences, Factorio in 3D. Okay, it has that Factorio quality of making a automated base that does everything. On top of that, they've made the ratios a little bit easier. So I can change the clock speed of a machine if it can't input fast enough or output fast enough. So if it brings in 60 items per minute and only makes 30, but the machine after that only needs 15, I could set this machine to 50%, which means the machine before it I can set to a different speed, the machine before it I can set to a different speed as well. It's much like if you, in Factorio, if you're trying to make a green circuit build with maximum beacons, like 12 beacons, and prod mods, you find you just can't feed it fast enough, purely because the inserters don't swing fast enough. If you could clock the machine to exactly the speed you want, according to the splitters, that would well, according to the inserters, that would make your life a lot easier. All right, so it has that Factorio-like quality, whilst making the maths a little bit easier, because I know that the Factorio maths, for some people, not all people, like some people love it, other people hate it, but trying to get everything ratio perfect can be very, 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 very difficult. And then on top of that, Satisfactory has the exploring. So if you watched or saw Subnautica, that's what a lot of people have likened it to. It has the Subnautica sort of explore the map, see what's out there to it. I guess the biggest difference in the Factorio concept of it is resources-wise, all the resource nodes are unlimited. But in saying that, it's like having a Factorio map where your outposts are unlimited, so the ore never goes away, but there's lots of mods do that, and the way they do it is the ore it comes in very, very slowly compared to having the whole patch covered with active miners. Same as we have with our pump jacks. Our pump jacks slow down with time and leads you to a very slow income of oil, but it is consistent and it is unlimited. Satisfactory does the exact same thing. So does Factorio with the oil and something unlimited resources, etc. It limits you in that way, but it also means that you can go off and explore. And as long as your power is automated and this is automated and that's automated, I've just finished automating power. I have, where's the power pole? I've got like 600 megawatts worth of power. I could wander off for the next 5 hours and the base will just keep running. Yeah, I have 450 megawatts. It will go up slowly over time. Yeah, it is so aligned. They're on a dead straight and they're going to power on one by one. I'm doing well, Oleg. Completely different game style. Yeah, I want to run over there and put the coal in one of these machines before they all fill up. Otherwise, I'll never get rid of this shit. Which was probably a waste of time because the coal doesn't matter. I could have just thrown it out. We'll put that there anyway. Why you're not powered up because the coal just hasn't got here. No, okay, that's fine. So yeah, the game is really, it's set up so you can explore and you can spend like 5 hours exploring. And I have spent 5 hours exploring. Myself and Mojo did the streams last weekend, which have gone up live on YouTube. And I also did a series. And it was 21 episodes long. So by definitely episode 18-ish, I was done with the game. For what they'd given us access to, which was the equivalent of red and green science, I was done. I'd finished red and green science. So I spent ages wandering around the map exploring, and I found all sorts of interesting things. Some of it was interesting, useful, some of it was just interesting, boring. Oh, I was going to stand up here and show my little mini factory so far. So, yeah, they've really changed up the Factorio style of just having a big factory that does stuff to having a more of an explore function. This is my mini factory so far, and this is what I call really a starter base. It's nothing more than that currently. I honestly want to move. I want to move all my production in this Twitch stream up onto a giant platform in the sky and build my factory up here. In my YouTube series, which episode 1's already gone out and I've already explained, you must have been bitten by Neilmas. Yeah, so oh really? I just realized I haven't done half the concreting. Crap, I thought I was done. tell you, in my YouTube, I'm doing a completely on-the-ground organic base. To me, it seems very slow. It takes you 10 minutes to build what it would take me 10 seconds to build in Factorio, mainly due to the first person. Yes and no. I've been told I build exceptionally fast in Factorio, and that is probably come a lot down, and it's something I didn't really realise until literally what day is today? Today's Wednesday. So 2 days ago when I was doing my latest recording session with Puba, that we were doing blue science with the new recipes, and I knew the craft time and the ratios for every single item. Well, I didn't know it for solid fuel, but who cares?
Milestone reached. After medical consultation, additional buildings aimed at factory traversal have been added. Walkways can now be accessed in the build menu.
Great view from there. It's going to go taller. It's going to go way taller. I need to work out where we're going to bring in raw materials, and then work out where we're going to start smelting and processing and step by step. Lovely the Devil series. Yeah, that's the one with Puba. So I realised that because I know the ratios for every single item off the top of my head, I could build. We were doing blue science, and I could build blue science, and a blue science which required red circuits. I could build the red circuit build off the top of my head because I built it 50 times, 100 times already. And unfortunately now I'm sort of getting a more set in my ways, that even though I'm not blueprinting things, I know what I'm going to build and how I'm going to build it before I start putting anything down. I know exactly what the build looks like. As the build I used last time, the time before, and the time before, because I've refined it so many times that I'm done. I'm like, there is no improvement, not beyond this point. So I'm finished with the build, but rather than having a blueprint I carry with me, it's a mental blueprint. I know exactly how to build the build mentally. So in my steel build, so a lot of people can do a furnace smelting column, and they can do that from memory because they've built enough of them. I'm starting to do that with a lot of the other blueprints and other builds in the game. So yeah, I do accept that it takes longer to build stuff in Satisfactory than it does in Factorio. But yeah, a lot of that has to do with having that third dimension that you have to deal with. I want to hard drive. Have a hard drive. A lot of that has to do with having that third dimension that you have to deal with. Which in itself is its own challenge. Yes, that is the gun that I missed out in the alpha. It's yeah, it's a rebar gun. You can guess what it fires. With Oni release due for May, you should give it a look. Stuff, I've had an Oni series on my channel almost for 2 years straight now. I literally put out a channel update video yesterday, which I recorded at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something, and said I'm taking a break from Oni because Satisfactory, this, that, and everything else had just come out. I just don't have time for it. And then maybe an hour or two later, found out that they just released their roadmap saying that we're going to do May for version 1.0, including several updates which I haven't looked into yet, and mods. And I'm like, that could really change things drastically. But Oni is a prime example of a game that takes far too long. Oni, you just get nothing done, ever. Okay, so I want to bring up... What do I want to do? I want to bring up iron, obviously. We've got the advanced recipe for stitched plates, which means I can now actually put some of that copper to use. So I want an iron plate smelter. I think that's the first thing we need to build. Come on, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. What can I build? I really don't want to craft that shit. I'm not dealing with any of that shit. Storage container Mark II. That's something I might want. No, that costs so much materials. Alright, I'm not dealing with any of that crap. Alright, we're going to go and we're going to produce... We're going to go produce a heap of plates in the crafting shop. Because I'm going to need them. Which means I got more time to talk, which is great. So, 3 new bioman has changed things. Sorry, man. Back to Satisfactory. No, that's right. Fine. So, yeah, look. If you enjoy the Factorio game, you enjoy the exploration in games like Subnautica, which is the only other one I can think of that I've played like semi-recently, or even for a long time. If you enjoy those two things, this is the game for you. I have put in... YouTube was... So the first YouTube series was at least 12 hours. Myself and Mojo's streams were another at least 12 hours. So that's 24 hours worth of guaranteed gameplay in... 4 days. 4 days. And that's excluding any time I spent wandering around between episodes, which there was a fair bit of, which of course aren't recorded. On top of that, I got this key like 4 or 5 days ago. So I've already got 4 days of Satisfactory up my sleeve, and I've done... What are we up to? So I've done 2 hours now in this stream, 3 hours earlier, that's 5 hours. I've done 2 hours prior to that will never get released, and I did, not unless the patrons really beg me for it, at which point they can have it, but it's nothing to worry about. On top of that, there is you go in the bin. In the bin? Thank you. On top of that, there is the YouTube that I've already recorded, which is 12 hours? So what are we up to? 24, 36, 40 hours plus? 50 hours? We go for a main bus here, or proper balancing is still too hard to do. So... a main bus with any sort of belt balances, I think, is impossible and mostly wasted. You just don't need a belt balancer. You don't need a belt balancer, and honestly, like a 4x4 belt balancer in Factorio makes sense. Because you're now in a 3-dimensional world, honestly, a 9x9 or a 3x3 being 9 total makes more sense in Satisfactory. But I'm willing to bet that would take a heap of room to actually set up. And the only advantage is if a belt backs up, then you have more throughput on the other belts. But really, if you spent the time to make that monstrosity, you probably could have gone out and found the more iron in the first place to just make sure you had a full belt input to start with. The only reason belt balances work in Factorio is because you've got a 4-lane bus of iron and you're actually taking 6 belts off it, but you've still only got a 4-belt input. Whereas had you just had 6 belts to start with, you wouldn't have needed the other. So, yeah. Okay, so what else do I want? I want that. Hello, duckling! Getting so sidetracked by everything. Joys of streams. And Jetty like shiny things. Shiny. Okay. So going in reverse. I want... Okay, so first off, let's assume we're going to keep power on level 1. And only on level 1. Welcome, Duckling, to the mess that is JD attempting to be neat and straight. Everybody's shocked. Damn. Jetty's also afraid of heights. And he keeps building this shit. And every single time I step too close to the edge, which is often, all the hairs on my neck stand up. So we're doing a miracle stream. Yeah, pretty much. So is there fall damage? Yes, that is why there is a command for fall, which already has like 4 triggers or something on it, because I've fallen off this or something like this 4 times already in 2.5 hours, and I'm out of concrete. Falls. There you go. 7. Shit. Oh boy. Hang on. 3 hours stream plus a 2-hour stream is 6 hours, and I've fallen 7 times. Yeah, I'm off to a bad start. Yeah, I'm off to a great start. So yeah, and look, the other thing that really gets me about this game stuff is just how pretty it is. There are very, very, very few games that I actually give a damn about the graphics. Like I did Subnautica Below Zero, and I know it's pretty, but zero shits given. Like, did nothing. Because the whole world it's handcrafted rather than procedural, which a lot of people have taken as a bad thing, and I'm like, no, that is great. That is somebody has spent thousands of hours putting in like this chunk of rock that goes from here all the way over, loops around and goes into that mountain. They physically put that slime bug there. Oh, I had too much fall damage on it. Let's go with there instead. Yeah, about there. They physically put that slime bug there, that green bug. Every single tree was hand planted by a person. To me, that's just... That makes a better map than a procedurally generated map. Like in the case of Factorio, there's no reason to hand make anything. Because you don't care about the landscape or anything like that. It is what it is. It's about the resources, and the cliffs add a little bit to it, but not a lot, let's be honest. This, because it's 3D, because you're walking around in it, what it looks like really, really, really matters. There's another tree we need to get rid of. Because trees are still the enemy. Hate to change things up. In Factorio, the water's bland. It is bland, but it doesn't need to be anything better. Like the map editor has been vastly fixed, and now it is possible to hand create a map, and it's something I want to do, and it's something I've played with the editor. I played with the editor in the first 12 hours of the game, of 17 coming out, for some of the videos I did, but there's not that much to it. The fish, welcome! Ethan, morning. Hate to say, I'm not impressed with the world, like, it doesn't live up to say Skyrim for a beautiful world, and that must be nearly 10 years ago. Skyrim was, so I never played Skyrim, and Skyrim was really, I know from everybody going on about it, that it was the bee's knees, so to speak. If I can't convince you, mate, that's completely fine, right? I personally think it's worth it. I have been dying to get my hands on this game pretty much since I saw the release trailer. And then I got really pissed off at myself that I didn't do a reacts to game trailer like a certain other YouTuber that we all know of did. So I didn't get in the devs' good graces early on. And it's taken till basically now for that to happen. And now I've been emailing Jace, their CM, back and forth for, 2 weeks. The guy's flat out like hell, but you know, he replies when he can. That's going to be a nasty area to go to. So yeah, like if you Skyrim is dog ugly now. Really? Like I said, I've never played it. I don't even think I've seen videos of it. Because it's not my sort of game. Well, I take that back. I refuse to play anything that has... anything that's like an RPG. Because I know from previous experience of stuff like Neverwinter Nights that I will never see the light of day again. Because I love those sorts of games, but I really, 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 really get into them, and then therefore I don't get anything else done ever. So yeah, I don't let myself play those sorts of games anymore. And from memory, Skyrim was those sorts of games. So I just went, nope, I cannot play that. So we want a ramp. Foundation. Lazy. Come on, click. Click. There. There. Oops. No, try again, Jedi. Rotate it that way. Right, that's got to be getting close to the top, but we're getting low on concrete. Nobody cares about that other YouTuber anymore. Yeah, yeah, the numbers don't lie. Games that might look nice today, but in the future they might look like shit. Yeah, well look at WoW. That's had, what, several graphical overhauls in its life. Because it just got dated. Very, very, very dated. I don't know, like, graphics don't normally worry me. Sorry, man, I'm a hard critic. Man, that's fine. Look, I'm a hard critic too. Normally, you cannot sell me on a game unless it grabs me early, and then, I end up with situations where, like Factorio, like, I could have mastered a trade in the time I've spent playing this game. I could have gone and got a higher education. Not that I really need one, and what I did bother getting a higher education on didn't really help. So, the joys of education. Anyway, completely sidetracked again. This is the problem with JD. So yeah, it is what it is. If the series are going up on YouTube, the streams will go up on YouTube as well. If you decide to grab it, I do ask that everybody who does decide to grab Satisfactory, there is a creator code you can put into the Epic Store. JD Plays is always your number one answer, including if you happen to play Fortnite, at which point, and you're buying V-Bucks, or, yeah, V-Bucks I think they're called, because it's really, really helping, and I am putting every single penny towards a new GPU, because the minimum specs is a 730, yeah, GTX 730, and I have a GTX 760. So I'm like right above minimum specs. Okay, the rule is smoke cannot come through the ground. Nope. I saw a whiff of smoke. Try again. Go away. Go. No, you can stay. So this is our level 2. At least at the back. This is why we're doing this on stream, not on a YouTube series, because I've wasted I don't know how long literally building foundations for no reason at all, almost, apart from neat. We're not at the edge yet. Getting close. Is that looks like the edge. Okay. Now, if I fall from here to get down faster, I prefer to grot myself than play. I'd prefer to grot myself rather than play Fortnite. I have said that maybe one day I'll do a Friday night drinks and Fortnite. Just so everybody can finally believe how terrible I am at first-person shooters. And I don't know, it's an insanely popular game, and I don't get the appeal. But it's not the sort of game that I would normally play. We can squad up, sure, mate. Sure, if you want someone to drag down your kill to death ratio, I am your man. I am your man, trust me. There are reasons why I have the handle cannon fodder when it comes to first-person shooters. Just saying. Where are these views? I'm issuing by a PC for this game only. I am dying to buy a new PC as well, but I'm waiting for prices to stabilize on like half a dozen things. Mainly GPUs and... actually, just GPUs really at this stage. RAM is falling. Waiting for AMD's new graphics offering, which might do something about NVIDIA's graphics offering. Waiting for the 10 series, the 1050s and the 1060s to sell out. If they sell out, in theory, the 1660 should drop in price. So yeah, that's what I'm doing PC-wise, rather than going and buying another Mac, like Oleg would do. Yeah. I've never played Fortnite. I've never played it either. I've seen plenty of it, because I've been looking at... Either I've walked away from the PC and I've gone and I've been a raid victim that's gone from person to person to person to end up watching Fortnite, or I've been looking at somebody who I'd normally watch who happens to be doing Fortnite, or the kids have said, Dad, you've got to do Fortnite. I'm like, no, this is Fortnite. No. They're like, yeah, it's Fortnite, we know what Fortnite is, you should play Fortnite. I'm like, no. They're like, no, it'll be great on the YouTube channel. I'm like, no. Worst ever Fortnite? If that was the title of the video, maybe. It could end up being a viral hit, but no. Okay. So, I know what the back's going to look like height-wise. I know... I got more than enough materials, so why the hell am I doing? This needs to happen now. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm playing Satisfactory. In theory, Neil Ash should be finishing raiding in like streaming in like 10 minutes. If I'm really lucky, chat demands it, if I'm really lucky, Neil Ash might throw me 350 viewers. Because I'm playing Satisfactory. Not Fortnite! Okay, so we want to do... So I want one tile gap all the way around. I do not want to bring in things on the ground level. I want to bring things in higher. So, walls. I would like a gate, please. Please. Okay, then we're going to do walkway, T-crossing. In theory, I should put that there and run this way so I don't fall off the edge. That is providing I don't accidentally not build it or run out of materials whilst walking forward and walk straight off the edge, which is also entirely possible. And you're right, I'm probably going to have to turn down the volume of the build, because I can see myself doing a lot of building while standing on top of stuff. Where's my mouse? Options, audio, effects volume. Let's go with that. Resume game. Walkway T crossing. I don't think that was any quieter. Okay. Hey, that's cheating. What's cheating? What's cheating? Turn the audio down. It's not cheating, so it's not that. Factory volume. Or putting rails. You're saying... Yeah, maybe that's it. You're saying putting rails so I don't fall off is cheating. Rails. We want fails. Okay. I do play Team Fortress 2 on a 10-year-old $400 laptop. Team Fortress 2 runs on just about anything. Don't worry, it'll happen anyway. Pretty much. Stinson is right. Alright, man. If you're not going to fall and kill yourself, I'm going to head. I'll catch you another game. This one just isn't for me. I guarantee you I'm going to fall and kill myself. That's not even... I don't even have to attempt to try to deliver on that promise. It's guaranteed to happen. Okay, so hang on. Doors only come in the orange colour. I guess it means we're building all of these in the orange colour. Stoof! Thank you for the follow, mate! Very much appreciated. Yeah, I can guarantee you I will fall sooner or later. I prefer this look. Guess it's got to be the orange one. That's unfortunate. Okay. Come on. Line up. Okay. Who plays Team Fortress 2? I did. You created a command. Definitely going to happen. Yeah. I used to play Team Fortress 2. But then again, I also used to play as a... the engineer. I played as the engineer because that way I didn't actually have to get in combat. And it's the only way I got kills. By putting down sentries. Because I am that good. Okay. So we've got rails, which will go. I am going to remove them. But at the moment I need to have them in here so I can look at what we're going to do. Okay, so. Do I want enough room to drive the truck around? Up here. This is an important question. What do I need? Oh, crap. Well, actually, can I make one of these? Can I also make one of these? Okay. Beacons. I need 5 of them. Okay. You can now go away. Vehicles, tractor. I need a modular frame and 10 rotors. Modular frame. 2. What do I need for a rotor? Screws. Can we make screws? Alright, rotor. Yes, but without safety rails. The safety rails are a temporary measure. So the tractor fits through that hole, just. but I think I want taller. So, not on the ground level, but let's go up a level. 9. Let's build... Come on, line up. A ramp. 8. A 9. A 8. A 9. And then we'll go foundations. A 2-meter thick foundation. Okay. That looks alright. That looks like some good clearance. Okay, so it means that this level is where we start building all our foundry, all our everything. We've come in 1 tile, so I need to come in 1 tile this side. Bet these walkways look great. Can only... What? Can they be a 2 wide to drive the car there? So, as in these walkways, the car will technically fit on here. But what we can do is we can do... Organization. I can do a crossing, encroaching on something else's clearance. So I could do that, or even so a turn, and then a T crossing. And then a turn. And then a crossing. I bet the car's in the way. There we go. I'm not a fan of the holes. So this is why I'm not going to have any railings. They're okay here, but I'm not a fan of the holes in everything. Although, can I put a power pole in there? No. I can't even build on these walkways. So yeah, I'm not using walkways. Copy paste would be amazing right now. Yes. Because then I wouldn't have mistakes like that. And this is why I'm building this style of base on Twitch. Because it's going to take a long time. No, I need to go down. No fall damage, no fall damage. Ha 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 ha! Foundations, 2 meter. Right over here. I just need to... What's my maximum range? The less I gotta swing my mouse, the better. That's what makes it range. Alright, concrete. Alright, so we'll get another load of concrete and then we'll start bringing some belts up. We'll get another load of concrete, we'll put down more foundations, and then we'll bring some belts up. Because I want to automate all the things so I can start making the more important things without having to handcraft shit. Because I literally hate handcrafting. Foundation! Let me do it? No, not really. Alright, where's that space elevator? Yeah, it's okay. I'll build to here. I don't need to come any further forward than that. That failed. That also failed. Okay, done. The other thing I'm sort of worried about is how dark it's going to get. Because there's still no ambient lights. Well, there's no lights and there's no natural ambient, don't ask where it comes from lighting. Like the glow around you in Factorio. Okay, that's done. We can. Oh, I don't know whether I can jump. No, I can jump. Okay. No, I don't even want to bring belts up yet. I want walls. I want wall conveyor times 3. Okay. So, you're my first belt. And you're going to come... No, let's go with a machine first. Alright, so I want... Are we going to bring up smelted goods? Or are we going to bring up ore to then smelt? So a smelter brings in 30 and takes out 30, which means I'd have a belt of 60 coming in that I'd have to split straight away to then smelt to then... Okay, we're going to bring in ore. It's going to be more pain, but that's probably what you guys want to see. Me suffer. Okay, so I want... Logistics. Splitter. 6. A smelter. A second smelter. How does that compare? That does not compare. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. You go away, you go away. Try again. A 6. A smelter there. And the next smelter hard up against it. And then we want a splitter. How close to you two can I build you? That close? Oh, actually, put these off center. Yeah, there we go. Nope, 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 nope. There. Thank you. Okay, so then... Alright, we're gonna... a wall. So you're gonna come in a reasonably straight line. That one comes in there. Too high? Done. What? Why are you building the air when you don't like the fall? Because everybody likes to see me fall, and the fall makes good clips. It probably does, and I want to try something different. Because I am absolutely known for my spaghetti, which is funny because Pooba's spaghetti is actually worse than mine. Crap, wrong button. Pooba's spaghetti is way worse than mine ever will be. You can be temporarily hooked up to there, and we'll worry about the rest later. And yeah, the higher you go up, the smoother surface you can get. Because I'm now high enough that, short of some pretty impressive mountains, I shouldn't have any issues. Whereas on YouTube, it's on the ground. It's a flat base built organically with whatever mess terrain I get. There's a flashlight. Suffer JD Suffer. What? Someone said there was... Oh, it lights in tier 5? Really? Credit tag. I very much appreciate it, Mr. Fox. If you choose to buy Satisfactory using my tag, it helps. Lack of light's a shame. Factorio could look awesome at night. Maybe in higher tiers. I don't know. I'm just fine with off-site smelting, but I also can't say no to suffering effects. No, it's probably not suffering. It'll probably mean that when I get tier 2 miners, which is in the next tech, I assume they mine faster. It means that I can upgrade the belts and know that at the other end the smelting is the exact same, or roughly. Something along those lines. That's sort of what I'm going for. You can go away. You can go away. You can go away. You can go away. Is there crap everywhere on the ground? Yep. Okay, so you're outputting... No. Go away. You're outputting 120. So I potentially want this one to use 2 ports. Yeah, because these only do 60. Press V for your personal light. Yeah, but that's different. I want light in the factory after we get roofs and stuff on it. At least I don't have access to nukes. Very, very, very true. Okay, so I gotta work out how far this way I can come, and the answer's gonna be not very far. And then I have to build one of these spiral things again, which is gonna be horrible. Conveyor belt. The belt conveyor is too long. Oh really? You're actually calculating in 3 dimensions? Damn! Didn't count on that. Okay. Okay. So your whereabouts? I don't know. No, I'm gonna have to go back up. I need to try and have a straight point of view from where this belt is, which is that one. So about here. You. No, do not remove the ramp. Remove that belt. Go away. 5. Come on. 5. Okay. 3. Belt from there. Belt from there. Go down here. Go up here. 5. Woo! JD's just reading chat and clicking rather than having to rest. Okay, can you come from there to here? No, of course not. Of course not. Alright, now we're going to do the get down thing. Okay. Down. I'm not falling, good. Marching minus double speed, yep. And they need to add some for the trees in Factorio. Oh, that wood, nothing to burn on late game. Well, look, here we can at least burn it, or turn it into a fuel that we can burn in our chainsaw to chop down more trees, to burn in our chainsaw to chop down more trees. More height, more height, more height, more height. Like, that's not tall or anything. So gonna die. Oh, actually, whilst we're here, Chitty, what's up, bud? Nothing, Waffle. Well, apart from me, and I keep falling. Hence why we have a fall command. Okay. Alright. I think they're all crap. Maybe the first one. So, reinforced iron plate is 4 and 24. And we get 5. This is 10 and 24, so twice the amount of iron, which is the harder item to craft. Because, okay, so 10 iron. No, one machine puts out 15 iron per minute. Oh, whatever. We'll just take it. Because that's useless and that's useless. Fabric. I still haven't done fabric. Maybe we should stop and do fabric. You can have some of those for a moment. I need some leafy stuff. Grass. Or leaves. You done with the leaves yet? In here is this stuff, which will let me do fabric. If I put the screws on the floor. Yep. Falls. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm playing Satisfactory to death and giving up sleeping and eating. Put that in there. Put that back in there. Oh, crap. The stuff I dropped on the floor is on the floor? No, it's just gone. Really? Yes, it's gone. Okay. I bet when we pull up the HUD later we find bits and pieces laying around underneath it. Okay, sort. Sort. Okay, so back up our ladder of death we go. 5. It's like, I can already tell it's not straight. And I don't know if I care. I really don't know if I care. Okay, from there. Come on. There. Okay. Yeah, sure. All the resources are going to get this high to get into the factory. This might have been a mistake. Well, hang on. If I turn around... no. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm going up. Oh, that's right. I don't fit through a doorway. Yep. It's fine. You think Jetty's going mad? Have you not been watching for the last 2 years? Okay. I think I started mad and we just went forth from there. Okay, so I want... You're technically straight, but you're at the wrong angle. So, if I remove you, and I remove you, and I remove you, and I put down one of these, and then we rotate it, that still doesn't look straight. Okay, maybe it is straight. Put 4 of those ladders on a... What? Put 4 of these ladders on a move belt up from ladder to ladder. 4 belts can come up this way. 8 ladders equal 8 belts up. Run that by me again? What? Pull 4 of these ladders on a move belt up from ladder to ladder. I'm lost. Spiral up. That is the plan. That is the plan, to spiral up. But I need to have a large enough gap between the 2 of them that I can get a spiral to happen. And also make sure it's straight, because it needs to be straight onto the giant factory in the sky. Actually, you know what? I should probably just build foundations down so I'm square at the ground, and then put one of these down, and then it'll be square all the way up, because it'll have to be.